If you could see my eyes, they'd kill you.
If you grew up in the 1970s, you already know this. When it came to beauty, we were brave to the point of recklessness. There were no tutorials, no influencers, and certainly no warnings. So let's take a look back at 15 bizarre 1970s beauty fads that look completely insane today, and be warned, some of these you're going to remember with your nose before your brain even catches up. Number 1. The Mayo Hair Mask.
It's fun when people move in with loads of helpful neighbors. Now thank them for their labors. This is no place for second best.
Light, delicate, creamy, smooth.
One of the most unforgettable beauty fads of the decade involved opening the refrigerator and reaching not for conditioner, but for a jar of mayonnaise. Hellmann's or Best Foods, it didn't matter.
Mother knows how a good meal goes. She passes every test. Mother knows Hellmann's, mother knows best.
In this house, the best means Hellmann's. Real mayonnaise.
Women slathered it directly onto their hair, wrapped everything in plastic wrap or a towel, and sat there hoping for glossy, healthy strands. The smell alone was enough to linger for hours, especially if you didn't rinse thoroughly, and plenty of people walked around smelling faintly like a picnic gone wrong.
The family gathers, new babies here, and great-grandmother knows it's clear that it wouldn't be home without Hellmann's.
At times like this, family traditions are important, like Hellmann's real mayonnaise.
It was greasy, slippery, messy, and clogged plenty of drains, yet women swore it worked. And if your hair looked even slightly shinier afterward, you never admitted how awful the process really was. Number 2. Beer rinse hair treatments.
The time comes in a man's life when he's ready for bass. He's tried others. Now he knows a lot more about beer. His tastes have matured, so he looks for a beer that suits his taste. He chooses Bass.
Pouring beer over your head in the bathtub was somehow considered a perfectly reasonable beauty ritual in the 1970s.
If you're looking for a beer that's born wet and clear, born in the land of sky blue waters, then reach for a Hamm's, reach for a Hamm's, Hamm's, the beer you've been looking for.
Women believed beer rinses added body and volume, so leftover Budweiser, Miller, or Coors was often repurposed for hair instead of drinking. Bathrooms smelled like a bar, hair carried the scent longer than anyone wanted, and yet people kept doing it because it seemed to give hair a bit of lift. No one dared waste a freshly opened beer, though. Flat leftovers were the preferred choice. Even today, that unmistakable smell can instantly transport people back to a tiled bathroom and a hopeful rinse before a big night out. Number 3. The Home Perm, the Tony disaster.
Curls are back.
Curls are back, and Tony's got 'em, and you can get 'em any way you want 'em.
Tony has a way for any look you want.
Boop-de-boop curls.
Really loose curls.
Or all body in one big curve.
The Tony Home Permanent promised salon-quality curls from the comfort of your own bathroom, but what it usually delivered was a chemical gamble. Women sat with rollers packed tight, strong fumes in the air, and absolute faith that their hair would survive. Some perms turned out stiff and crunchy, others barely curled at all, and many resulted in dry, damaged hair that took years to grow out. Nearly every woman who lived through the 70s has a perm horror story. Yet the kits kept selling because they were affordable, convenient, and offered the dream of effortless curls, even if that dream ended in frizz. Number 4. Frosting caps and hook tool highlights.
I'm sand. I'm wheat. The colors of Clairol's naturally blonde are the blonde colors found in nature.
I'm moonlight.
I'm sunlight.
18 shades of soft, gentle color. Just about the most natural shades on earth to shampoo in after lightening your hair. The beautiful thing about naturally blonde is that that's exactly what it is.
Highlighting hair in the 1970s often meant pulling on a stiff plastic cap and using a tiny metal hook to yank strands through painful little holes. Clairol Frost and Tip Kits and their competitors promised perfectly even highlights, but the reality was usually uneven patches of blonde, orange streaks, and sore scalps. Some sections turned platinum, others barely changed, and symmetry was more luck than skill. Still, frosted hair was fashionable, and suffering through the process was simply considered part of looking current. Number 5. Sun-In and Lemon Juice Hair Bleaching. Sun-In was marketed as a gentle way to lighten hair naturally, but it often left behind bright orange or brassy tones instead. Women sprayed it generously and sat in the sun, convinced that patience would bring golden highlights. Lemon juice only intensified the damage, drying hair out and making color even more unpredictable. Despite the risks and the results, nearly everyone tried it at least once, because blonde was in and hair health came second. Number 6. Matching blue eyeshadow and blue mascara.
If you could see my eyes, they'd kill you. I'm wearing Yardley's eyeshadow, the powdered eyeshadow that's soft and smooth, makes my eyes look big, and Yardley's Easy Liner, and Lash-A-Lot mascara for thicker, longer-looking lashes. My Yardley eyes just last and last.
The 1970s had an unbreakable bond with blue makeup. Blue eyeshadow, blue mascara, and sometimes blue eyeliner were worn together without hesitation. It didn't matter what your eye color was.
Eye writing is here from Maybelline. The easy way to write eyes as unique as your signature. Maybelline Eye Color Styler Pencils.
Invent. Have fun.
Line, shadow, contour, and style.
Blue was for everyone. Yardley, Maybelline, CoverGirl, and Revlon filled bathroom drawers with frosty shades that were applied heavily and without blending.
This is the $200,000 Winston Sapphire. This is Revlon's new Color Frost Shadow. The $250,000 Champagne Diamond. New Color Frost. Revlon matched rare Winston jewels with new Color Frost eye jewels. Frosts with a new kind of glow.
Subtlety simply wasn't part of the aesthetic, and the bold, shimmering look became one of the decade's most iconic beauty statements. If this brought back memories you could practically smell, don't forget to subscribe. We're here for the nostalgia, the laughter, and the moments that still live in the back of your mind. You'll also find even more 70s nostalgia over on our Facebook page, where the comments turn into full-blown reunions. Come share your memories with people who lived it right alongside you. Number 7. Vaseline as a beauty multitasker.
It's the Wonder Jelly, Vaseline Petroleum Jelly.
It's a Wonder Jelly. As a lip shiner, leather refiner, in a first aid kit, it conditions a mitt. It's a Wonder Jelly. Like a dry skin cream, a foot softening dream. Takes out squeaks, waterproofs little cheeks.
Vaseline was the original all-purpose beauty product long before multi-purpose balms became trendy. Women used it as lip gloss, highlighter, brow tamer, eyelid sheen, and moisturizer. It gave skin a glossy, dewy finish and also attracted dust, hair, and fingerprints wherever it was applied. Despite the mess, it was affordable, effective, and always nearby, making it a staple in nearly every bathroom cabinet. Number 8. Bonnie Bell 1006 Astringent. Few products are remembered as vividly as Bonnie Bell's 1006 Astringent. The bright blue liquid, sharp alcohol scent, and intense burning sensation made it feel like acne didn't stand a chance. Teenagers scrubbed their faces aggressively, eyes watering, skin turning red, and somehow believing that the sting meant it was working. Bathrooms across the country smelled exactly the same, and to this day, that scent alone can trigger a flood of memories. Number 9. Press-on nails that looked like plastic talons.
Out of work making your favorite dish. Oh, darn.
What's wrong?
Broke my nail. Well, I'll just fix it with Lee Nails while the crust browns.
Lee Nails, the 10-minute nail mender and lengthener that works. Brush on Lee Nails to mend a torn nail, create longer, stronger, more natural-looking nails.
Early press-on nails were thick, glossy, and undeniably fake-looking. They popped off at the worst moments, snagged on hair and clothing, and occasionally went flying across rooms. Still, they offered instant glamour and a taste of sophistication, even if simple tasks like buttoning jeans suddenly became difficult. For many women, they were worth the trouble, at least for one night. Number 10. Rollers and orange juice cans for curls.
What are we drinking, my lords?
We're looking over an orange soda, the Shasta that we adore. You really should try it, the flavor's just right.
Orange soda, just one of 14 great Shasta flavors.
Before foam rollers became common, some women turned to empty orange juice cans for curls. These hard metal cylinders were uncomfortable, loud, and unforgiving, yet women slept in them night after night. Morning removal required patience and hope for bouncy curls instead of dents and kinks. It was noisy, painful, and completely accepted as part of the beauty routine. Number 11. Avon Peel-Off Face Tightener Masks. Avon's peel-off face masks promised tighter skin and instant youth, but the experience was unforgettable for other reasons. The mask dried into a stiff, rubbery layer that peeled off slowly, often causing mild panic along the way. While the results were questionable, Avon parties sold countless tubes, and the peeling process became part of the entertainment. Number 12. Home Wax Kits. Home waxing kits were messy, painful, and unpredictable. Hot wax spilled easily, stuck to fingers, and didn't always remove hair cleanly. Sometimes hair came off, sometimes skin did, and sometimes nothing happened at all. Still, salon visits were expensive, so women endured the process at home, accepting the discomfort as part of staying groomed. Number 13. Cold cream for absolutely everything.
I just discovered a Brontosaurus maximus. Why can't I discover help for my dry hands?
Discover Jergens Yellow!
I just discovered the wreck of the Davy Jones. Why can't I discover a lotion for dry skin?
Discover Jergens Yellow!
Cold cream was a beauty powerhouse in the 1970s. Pond's, Jergens, and Noxzema were used for makeup removal, moisturizing, sunburn treatment, hair smoothing, cuticle care, and even shoe polishing.
You know, every kid's gotta wash your face every day. As long as you gotta do it, you might as well do it right. Wash with Noxzema. There's more for your skin than soap. 5 medications give you the kind of clean that can lead to clear.
One jar did it all, and it earned a permanent place on bathroom counters everywhere. Number 14. The Banana Clip Facelift. Early banana clips pulled hair so tightly that they created an instant facelift. The style lifted everything: cheeks, brows, and sometimes patience, often resulting in headaches by the end of the day. Still, the dramatic volume and sleek look made it popular, at least until the clip came off and relief set in. Now we want to know, which of these did you actually try, and which one would you never ever do again? Drop your stories in the comments and let's relive it together. Number 15. DIY Teeth Whitening with Baking Soda and Salt.
Lovely party.
Yes, but don't you detect an odor?
Must be the litter box.
The litter box? Haven't you told our hostess about Arm & Hammer baking soda?
Oh.
It absorbs odor naturally for days and days.
Before whitening strips or professional treatments, people turned to baking soda and salt. The gritty mixture was abrasive and unpleasant, yet many scrubbed their teeth faithfully, believing whiter smiles were worth the discomfort. Nearly everyone tried it at least once, even if they never admitted it later. Looking back, these beauty fads were messy, uncomfortable, and often questionable, but they were also creative and shared experiences. We learned from one another, laughed at the disasters, and carried the memories with us long after the trends faded. And somehow, that's what makes them unforgettable.